They buried the truth. For 2,000 years, the city that proved Atlantis wasn't just a myth. Everything you've been told about Atlantis is a lie. The searches, the theories, all looking in the wrong place, because the real city was never lost at sea. It was buried under solid ground in Greece. A city so powerful that when it vanished in a single night, it shook the ancient world. Its name? Helike. And what happened there changed history forever. 373 BC. Helike stood as the capital of 12 Greek cities, home to one of the most sacred temples in all of Greece, the sanctuary of Poseidon. Some said it was second only to Delphi. For over 2,000 years, this city thrived. While pyramids rose in Egypt, Helike was already there, ancient, powerful, untouchable. But 5 days before it all ended, something happened, something the people didn't understand. Every animal in the city fled. Rats, snakes, beetles. Every living creature abandoned Helike. They knew. The people didn't. And that ignorance would cost them everything. One winter night, the ground tore open. The Gulf of Corinth sits on one of the most violent fault lines in the Mediterranean. And that night, it moved. Buildings exploded, stone crumbled. The temple of Poseidon, the god they worshipped for millennia, collapsed by the very forces he controlled. But the earthquake was just the beginning. Minutes later, a wall of water came, a tsunami. It swallowed everything, every building, every person. 10 Spartan warships anchored in the harbor, gone. In one night, Helike was erased from existence. The Greeks knew why it happened. Hubris. The people of Helike refused to share their sacred statue with colonists. Poseidon demanded it. They said no. And for that arrogance, the god of the sea destroyed them. Whether you believe in divine wrath or not, the message was clear. The gods always win. 13 years later, a philosopher named Plato heard this story. The destruction, the hubris, the divine punishment. And he wrote about it. He changed it, made it grander, moved it across the world, set it thousands of years in the past. He called it Atlantis, a wealthy coastal power dedicated to Poseidon, destroyed in a single day and night for their pride. Sound familiar? Atlantis was never meant to be real. It was an allegory. But the city that inspired it, that city was very real, mystical. For centuries, you could still see Helike underwater. Roman tourists took boats to view the submerged ruins. Fishermen avoided the bronze statue of Poseidon, still standing below the waves. But then, the rivers brought sediment, layer after layer, until the ruins vanished completely. By the 10th century, Helike existed only in ancient texts. Another legend, another myth, lost for 1,000 years. 1967, Jacques Cousteau, the greatest ocean explorer of his time, came searching. The best equipment, the best team. He searched the Gulf floor, deep water, advanced sonar. He found nothing. Because everyone was looking in the wrong place. They thought Helike sank into the sea. They were wrong. One archaeologist saw what others missed. Dora Katsonopoulou. She read the ancient texts differently. The word poros didn't mean deep strait. It meant inland lagoon. Helike wasn't underwater. It was buried under land. In 1988, she launched the Helike Project. 99 boreholes, magnetometry, soil analysis, years of searching. And in 2001, they found it. 3 meters beneath the coastal plain. The destruction layer from 373 BC. Shattered stone, ancient streets, clay tiles, everything the ancient writers described. But here's what proved it. They found marine organisms in the sediment. The sea had covered the city. Then nature buried it under solid ground. The ancient accounts were true, all of them. And they found something else. Helike wasn't destroyed once. It was destroyed again and again. Every 300 years, the earth moved. The sea came. Civilizations fell. But here's the incredible part. They always came back. After the catastrophe that killed everyone in 373, survivors rebuilt. An industrial complex, textile workshops. They didn't just survive, they thrived. Again and again, human resilience against impossible odds. So here's the truth. Atlantis, the empire? Fiction. Plato's allegory. But the city that inspired it, that city was very real. Helike gave Plato his template. The wealthy city, the worship of Poseidon, the hubris, the catastrophic end. He took a real tragedy and turned it into philosophy. The fire that inspired the song. Those animals that fled 5 days before, science now knows they sensed the earthquake coming. What the Greeks called divine warning was animal instinct. But they were right about one thing. Something terrible was coming. The people of Helike couldn't read the signs, and in one night their world ended. But their story lived on, in texts, in myths, in Plato's greatest allegory. For 2,000 years, Helike was lost, but it was never gone. Scientists found it, pulled it from the earth, proved that the most incredible stories can be true, that myths preserve real tragedies, real human experiences. And sometimes, with enough determination, we can recover what everyone else said was lost forever. The next time someone tells you about Atlantis, tell them the truth. The myth was fiction, but the city that inspired it, that city was very real, and we found it. But this was just the beginning. What they uncovered next changed everything we thought we knew about the ancient world. If you want to see what else history has been hiding, make sure you subscribe to the Forbidden Chronicles TV. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming.